Welcome to Aging with Dignity. I'm your host, Versha, and I'm excited to share that this is the launch of season 3 for AWD. Today feels meaningful in more ways than one. A couple of weeks ago, I marked another birthday, and like many birthdays these days, it became a moment to pause and reflect. Birthdays start to feel a little different as years move along. They become less about counting candles and cake and more about gratitude, about lineage, about pausing long enough to ask what we're doing with the life we've been given. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love the celebrations and I absolutely still love the cake. But somewhere along the way, birthdays also became something else for me, a quiet moment to think about where this life came from. And for me, that reflection almost always leads back to my parents, about the life they gave me, about the examples they set, about what service looked like in our home, not as something performative, but something steady and quiet and consistent. They showed up for people. They carried responsibility. They gave even when it was inconvenient. And as I grow older, as I find myself more deeply immersed in conversations about aging, caregiving, and community, I realize how much of aging with dignity is rooted in what they modeled for me. This podcast started and continues to be a tribute to them, not in some grand gesture, but in the simple act of continuing to serve. Now, before I even talk about what's ahead in season 3, I want to pause and acknowledge something that truly humbles me. We have already shared 28 episodes since the end of July 2025, 28 conversations, 28 moments of honesty, 28 times someone trusted us with their story. And that doesn't happen alone. I am incredibly proud of the AW team. What we're building together is thoughtful, intentional, and deeply heart centered. From production to outreach to the care taken in shaping each episode, this is not accidental work. It is deliberate, it is collaborative, and it is growing. And as we step into season 3, I also want to share a new addition to the AWD family. Dylan Clark has graciously joined our team, also as a volunteer, as is the tradition with AWD contributors, to help strengthen and manage our social media presence. And I don't use the word graciously lightly. When someone offers their time and talent in service of something they believe in, that matters. Dylan will be helping us show up more consistently and creatively across Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and yes, even some new platforms we'll be exploring in the very near future. So, if you begin seeing more of us online, more clips, more reflections, more resources, that's intentional. And it's thanks to Dylan's steady hand behind the scenes. We're growing thoughtfully, and I'm truly grateful. And while we're speaking about team and growth, I also want to pause to celebrate something deeply joyful. Vinay, our videographer, and Risha, who leads so much of our marketing vision, have just welcomed their first child, a beautiful baby girl with an equally beautiful name, Ravia. For me, this is especially meaningful. Our connection spans generations, family ties, longstanding support and love, and a new dynamic that continues to grow as we bring episodes to AWD. And now watching them begin their own chapter as parents feels like a reminder of exactly what AWD is about. We speak so often about aging, about legacy, about caring for those who came before us. And here, in the same breath, we celebrate new life. Congratulations to you both and to your families. Your little girl is already surrounded by so much love, and she arrives into a community that believes deeply in family, service, and continuity across generations. It feels fitting that as we launch a new season, you begin a new season and new journey of your own. So, where is season 3 going to take us? If seasons 1 and 2 were about opening the conversation around aging and caregiving, season 3 feels like we are stepping further in with more intention, more about prevention, and more lived experience. We're going to be talking more about the prevention of Alzheimer's. There are new medications and scientific advancement that is emerging around brain health. There's increased awareness and understanding around neuroplasticity and brain derived neurotropic factor, essentially what helps the brain to grow and adapt. We will explore the science and how to make this real in your lives. And what does it mean to move today in a way that helps you stay upright, steady, and confident 10 years from now? Well, we know that one serious fall in later years when bones are more brittle can change that trajectory of independence. So, we're going to be looking at efficient, low impact ways to interrupt the cycle of age related decline. We're also leaning more intentionally into personal stories because there's something powerful about hearing someone articulate what you've only felt privately. Guests speaking about their experiences about living in the sandwich generation, about being adult children navigating role reversal, about being caregivers balancing work, children, and aging parents, and about supporting aging parents from afar and shared support with siblings. Season 3 will also include some sessions that are simply, what can I say, nourishing for the body, for the mind, for the soul. We'll explore softer therapies, how music, art, and even laughter can unlock connection where language fades. We'll explore practices that calm the nervous system. We'll have some lighter, even joyful moments because this work cannot be heavy all the time. If we're serious about longevity, we must also be serious about joy. When we first launched Aging with Dignity, there was a vision for video. And this season, we're returning to that, but thoughtfully. These episodes around body, mind, and spirit are likely to come to you as video productions, especially when the visual element truly adds value. So, not video for the sake of video, but when it enhances learning and connection. I'd like to now take a moment to speak directly to the older adults who are listening. Many of you have been loyal followers since the launch of AWD. Your wisdom anchors families. Your experience matters more than you realize. The way you endured, the way you built, the way you sacrificed quietly. Those stories live on even when they're not spoken out loud every day. This season is not about speaking over you. It's not about telling you what you should have done or what you should do differently now. It's about walking alongside you with respect for everything you've already carried. If you have children, especially adult children, whether they live nearby or across the country, recognize something important. They are living out in their own way the values you planted: the work ethic, the resilience, the sense of responsibility to family, the emphasis on education, on stability, on service. Even when it doesn't look exactly as you imagined, the roots are there. And at the same time, we have to acknowledge that there are real challenges, particularly for families like many of ours, shaped by immigration. First and second generation immigrant families often straddle cultures. There are expectations from one world and pressures from another. There are traditions to honor and new systems to navigate. That tension can create misunderstanding. Adult children may be trying to balance careers, raising their own children, and caring for you, all while navigating identities shaped by two cultures. Sometimes the values are the same, but the expression of them may look different. That doesn't mean respect is absent. It often just means that life is more complex. So, this season, I hope we can create space for dialogue across generations, space for listening both ways, space for acknowledging that love can look different in different contexts, but can still be deeply real. And a note to the adult children and caregivers listening in: we see the invisible weight you carry. This season will continue to give you the language, tools, and solidarity. As we launch season 3, I still feel like we're just getting started. New conversations, new experiences. But this project doesn't move forward just because of me. It moves forward because of you. The questions you ask, the stories you share, the quiet messages you send, they shape where we go next. So please don't sit on the sidelines. Reach out, connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, or send an email. Tell us what's unfolding in your family. Do it directly or anonymize it. Tell us what conversations feel unfinished. Tell us what support would actually make a difference in your day to day life. We're building this together. And if you've been listening quietly, maybe this is the season you step forward. Share an episode with a loved one. Attend a workshop and embrace new insights. Start a conversation at your family table about aging in preparation. I thank you for joining us at the start of season 3, your loyal following, and of course, your help spreading the word. And as always, I request that you please hit like and subscribe to this podcast if you're enjoying what you hear. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening in and sharing your time with me. And please join me each week for new insights into aging with dignity. Until next time, reminding us all to age gracefully and live vibrantly.